You won't hear this from anyone selling homes in Mississauga, but a lot of people are quietly packing up and leaving the city, and it's not just in your head. Mississauga has been changing, and not everyone's sticking around to wait it out. In today's video, I'm breaking down 5 reasons why people are choosing to leave Mississauga, and this is not a video made to bash the city, but to give you a clear-eyed look as to what's pushing them out. And by the end of this video, you'll know if Mississauga still makes sense for you. I'm Mike, a local realtor here in the GTA, and I help people figure out where they want to live and what to watch out for before they move. Let's get started with one of the biggest reasons why people are choosing to leave the city. This is not necessarily a Mississauga specific problem, but it is quite difficult to move around the city here compared to maybe some other surrounding cities. So the Highway 401, Highway 403, gridlock for the most part, just getting across the city can be really quite difficult. Then you have the LRT construction, the Huron-Ontario LRT, which has been delayed for several years now. This is making major arteries become very difficult to travel at peak times during the day as well. And while you do have transit options and more transit options to come, Mississauga is still overall a very car-centric city. So most people will need a car and will be experiencing the congestion. Let me start by saying that Mississauga does have many great schools, and the average school is higher rated than the provincial average. But nonetheless, I have many people reaching out to me seeking even better schooling options. So they will aim for surrounding cities that have a little bit more consistency from the elementary to the high school level, and ones across the city that are better rated overall, so it gives them more housing options. Again, I don't think that you need to move out of Mississauga for schooling options, but this is a real reason why people are choosing to leave the city. And if you want more information on Mississauga schools, I have a couple of videos that you can watch, and there's a ton of resources within the video description below that will lead you to my website, including a free download for all the school scores and reports for the current year of school rankings within Mississauga. And just a really quick break here. If you're finding value in this video, please just hit the like button below. It helps other people be able to find it. All right, that's it. Let's get right back to it. Now, don't get me wrong here. Mississauga has tons of jobs available. There are big companies in industries like logistics, IT, finance, pharma, but for a lot of younger people, they're still finding themselves commuting to Toronto on a daily basis. And with the push to return to office, a lot of people are just finding the commute is starting to burn them out, even if it's from a city as close as Mississauga. So they're just deciding to move closer. Mississauga is really great for those in the industries that I mentioned and ones that have stable jobs or have remote jobs or some hybrid roles. But if you're in Toronto on a daily basis, a lot of people are choosing to just live in Toronto because of the other things that it offers you as well. Now, this is a really big reason. In Mississauga, there is definitely a housing gap, and not just by price, but by type. There are tons of young professionals and especially young families that are looking to get into more affordable types of housing, but they just don't really exist within Mississauga because there's no more land to build out. Cities like Milton, Brampton, and parts of Oakville have stacked towns, smaller townhouses, and mid-rise condos as well that people can realistically get into. But in Mississauga, because there's no more land, you have to only build up. And if people are not looking for high-rise condos, they're looking for a little bit more space, especially those young families, then this is a big reason why people are choosing to leave the city. And when it comes to other types of homes, detached, for example, they're starting to get a lot older. The ones that were built in the 60s, 70s, and unfortunately even the 80s, they're starting to need a little bit more work on them, and the price doesn't really reflect that value. So people, especially modern buyers, younger families, are choosing newer options, even if they have to travel a little bit further. This one is true probably about every suburb within the GTA, but you're watching this video about Mississauga, so I'm going to speak specifically about it. Mississauga has pretty much 2 livelier spots, maybe 3 within the city. You've got Port Credit in the south by the lake. You of course have Square One in the center, and then you have a couple of smaller villages called Clarkson Village and Streetsville, which have these small little main streets that you can walk. Especially Streetsville, I would say, is a little bit nicer overall and a little bit more cohesive than Clarkson Village, but Clarkson is getting nicer and gentrifying as the years go by. So So overall, we don't really have anything kind of tying Mississauga together. There's no real sort of downtown feel. Square One kind of still just feels like condos in a mall for a lot of people. Port Credit is super busy at the busiest times because everybody is going there. Everybody is just converging on the neighborhood and on the lake during those times. So on a day-to-day basis, it's not super walkable. It's very car-centric, and a lot of people are just choosing to move to cities where you do get a little bit more of that. Now, here's the thing. Most of these problems are baked into how Mississauga was built as a city. They're not quick fixes, they're not going to change overnight, and that is driving some people out of the city. However, this channel does cover both sides of the story, and there are many amazing reasons why people choose to stay in Mississauga and move to Mississauga. So before you make your decision, check out this next video.